with that self-love. So the combination of the two is where you're reaching, because you have great knowledge as well as self-love. But now we have to unplug, which means we have to stop fueling that consciousness which we need no longer to be connected to, and that's why we keep getting, you know, the signs we just had.
Disconnected and reconnected.
So you with me so far?
I'm here. Now you know, I have noticed a major shift though in terms of being received. So I thought you were speaking of the past, because in my present, I'm being more worshipped and adored.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You can call in all these people that you're supposed to be allotted to. We are all allotted a certain amount of people. Now, we can learn to have them around us all the time, but the real question is if you had it in the past and that didn't have closure, it will creep up sometime, and you don't need that jack in the box. You don't need the crap hitting the fan. So you have just said this stuff's happened in the past, but I feel like there's not a closure. And the thing is it's the RTJP. You may not see it, okay, but is there anywhere that you may be like, I don't want to go down that road because they don't like me down there, or I don't want to go that way because they may not receive it? What we have to do is upgrade that filter, because in the areas that you do want to go, you can't recognize them yet because that one filter is there. Explain, Jen, what I mean about that filter.
So, for example, over the weekend, so I went out with friends. I went out dancing Friday night and stayed out really late and came back, you know, and I'm 39 years old. And I'm single. I can do what I choose to do. But the next day, I woke up late in the day because I had a good time the night before. Woo-hoo. And so what I was anticipating was somebody to do to me what had been done in the past. Oh boy, it seems like you had a good time last night. Oh, you had too much fun. Now you gotta pay. The rest of us got up and went through the day. So all this shit was running, pardon my French, was running through my head. That's the lens that I'm used to viewing the world with, because I was trained, I was conditioned. People said that to me all the time, and when it's said all the time, it becomes that set of glasses that you look at the world through. That's the lens, that's the filter. Brenda, as soul coach, is like, I ain't participating in your dumb program, so let's take a look at this. Because we love each other, we could say that to each other.
Oh yeah.
She said, no, you need to pay attention. This is what you're used to. I'm not going to participate in that. How about you heal that so that the next time you go out, you can come back, do whatever you want, and not have to judge yourself or condemn yourself.
Exactly.
So that was the filter I was looking at when I woke up that day.
Because I am there, and all of a sudden she gets up, and I feel like somebody's tapping me on the shoulder saying, oh, you have to be a bitch, and you need to say these mean things to her. And I'm thinking, that's not me, and I'm not participating. And so I confronted her on it. I said, so, do you have these thoughts in your head? And she said, maybe. I said, how about if we do something about those? So what they're pointing out is that I'm looking at your energy field, your spine, and inside your spine, some of the vibrations that I'm seeing is that how your RTJP is really defining it is that you know what other people's self-abuses are. You actually can feel other people's self-abuse. Does this make sense?
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Now, to take you on that next part of your initiation through that raw energy, and I can say this to her because she knows what that path means, is that you have to heal out that self-abuse that you know others have. Okay, because what happens is that they're fine-tuning you on such a finer level that you'll start to understand that those people that do self-abuse don't really care if they do it or they don't. They may complain about it, but they don't want to change it. They want you to draw those that know that they do it and they don't want to do it anymore into your world. And that's what you're doing, is you're getting ready to take another allotment of people into your space and whittle down all the stuff that no longer serves. So,
I'll go for that.
all right.
Who wouldn't?
So we had, and I love how they did it. They made Jen talk so that I could go deeper into that energy field. And so one of the things you're going to heal is that really get into hope therapy this time. Really just sit there with your hand on your forehead. And they said make sure you're wearing gold. So wear some gold, because Rob wants to help you, because you're going to be taking in some feminine energy, and then the gold balances out that. Plus it brings in that energy you need. So what you're going to focus on, okay, so I got to wait until my pendulum stops. The self-abuse, okay, because that's part of the heart wall. That's what they were pointing to as far as the hate and the disdainfulness. It was that part of the wall. They want the wall to come down. And I'm asking, do I do a self-healing from here? No. Okay, so what they do is they want you to focus on how you see other people abuse themselves. And the main thing is that you don't really have to have a point. Just make sure the point that she will be having is explain this, Jen.
The palm, the little cushy part right by your in your palm, right by your thumb. There's a little cushy part, and you hold that, and that helps. I want to say disintegrate or remove or the shame and the guilt that's associated with
right.
the
because that's an egg. That's your egg. That is your governing in your what's the other one? Central meridian, and that represents the egg that's around you. And when there's a chink in that, then that usually means other stuff happened. Well, again, you're going in a deeper level of your initiation. And if you heal that self-talk about how you can know it and how you're familiar with it and how you're honoring of love to help them grow, what I want you to do is just focus on how you know that they have abuse, that you know that they have insecurities, and just focus on how you know. Because again, it's not that you're going to lose your ability, we're going to enhance your ability because they want to take you to that next level. So heal that RTJP, how you think, how other people think. Because let me explain about a little deeper. You got to get this, okay? The self, or because you have the same familiar pattern or signature I have, I mean, I'm walking around the house and I'm building up my aura, my armor, and and a healthy boundaries. But what people don't realize is that we're all thoughts, and so what touches each other is these thoughts. Jen was in the kitchen doing the dishes, and she was having her own little thought going, I hope people see that I'm doing the dishes and I'm participating. Do you want to explain a little bit more what's going on in your head, or have you forgotten? Because I was in the office, sitting there, doing my stuff on the computer.
Right, and these are old programs that are running in me.
That consciously she may not even know she's got them. You got 41 thoughts per minute. But
right, and I want to participate. I want to help out. I'm a roommate here. I want to do my part and that kind of thing. But the little girl in me wanted to be recognized.
Yes. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I had instant having to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, what the? And at first we want to say, what do we eat? What's causing our stomach to be upset to the point where we have, to go number 2 really bad? What's going on? So I'm sitting there in the bathroom, TMI, sorry, and then and I started to ask, why is this, my body instantaneously doing this? And it says, because I didn't consciously hear what was going on. I said, well, what's going on? Well, Jen wants to make sure, I hope Brenda sees that I'm doing the dishes and that I'm participating. So I come right on out, and as soon as I acknowledge that, my body calmed down. I come out and I says, Jen, I acknowledge that you're doing the dishes, and I really appreciate it and love it. Okay, so tell your little girl inside that she's loved. And then I went back to my office, and then I didn't have another issue.
Right, and I went back to washing the plates going, well, that was interesting.
But without realizing it, sometimes your thoughts are not even your own because you pick them up. Okay?
It's like being an antenna, walking around and picking up all the stations that people are playing.
And I'm notoriously picking up her, not because I'm invading her space, it's because me and her
our
souls agreed on it.
Yeah, her soul contracted.
But I can really tell when the stuff's not mine. And that's what they want you to do, is that, because when people start out, some people will go, okay, well, that's not mine. Well, wait a minute, some of it may be. But when you authentically know you wouldn't behave in that manner, and yet you're having these thoughts, there's a party that says, I'm familiar with these thoughts, what and who is it, and do I need them in there? Now, in this case, I was acknowledging her because we're working back and forth. Every now and then I know exactly what I'm supposed to do to help my husband feel better, or my child, or children. I only see one because the other one seems to be off somewhere. But it's knowing how to keep in sync. And you know, again, it's so important. When Jen and I was in observation mode, and I says, what do you notice? Well, I think we're out of sync, because it looked like I was grumpy. So I just became in sync with her energy field, and so I started to talk about what was on her mind. She goes, we're in public, shh, quiet. So literally, you're starting to heal out how you know how people self-abuse themselves. Because you're thinking, you know that they do this, or there's a cue for that, or you know you feel like this, or other people feel this way. Heal that out. Get that down, okay? Because you're going to start noticing when it is not yours, but your body is still reacting that it is. And you're going to just kind of like do the cord switching, and that is pull it out. You're going to pull out when you know it's not yours, and you're going to take back your power through the purple heart and the violet flame. So you may want to view cord switching too, okay?
Okay.
But the main thing is to have your hand, you don't really have a point on the wrist, but because this is mainly your egg we have to work on, and that's either palm, but put your finger in either palm. You can even put your thumb in your palm, but make sure you put your hand on your forehead and your hairline. Anytime you start to feel or notice that you're thinking about, oh, that person's in pain and I should help. It's not that it's going to stop you from helping, but you're going to be able to be more fine-tuned to those that actually want it versus those that don't want it. Okay?
I gotcha.
All right, so this was a big one. We have this on video, so if you can't really hear it into the archives, then you can always go to the YouTube and watch the video. I'll have that up in a couple days, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. It's always a pleasure.
You are such wonderful, it's a wonderful thing with faith.
Thank you.
I enjoy being in, and I'm very grateful for the three of you.
Oh, thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you for you too. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, so that's really good.
And we've got a full board.
A full board. So do we want to try that
We'll go
347
back
again?
We'll go back to 347.
347, you're on the air. Did you want a reading, dear?
Yeah, someone can read that. I apologize.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
that's fine. We want to make sure we honor you because you've been waiting.
And we've trying to figure out what's going on with the board, but
Okay.
we got you now. So how can we help you, hon?
I was in reading in area of love opportunity with someone, but I'm not so sure.
What I want you to do is I want you to focus on that person. Just focus on that person, and that'll help us direct the energy according to what you really want. And all we're doing is looking at what your soul wants you to know about this relationship. The first card that pops up is reconciliation. So have you ever talked to this person? Do you have a relationship with them so far?
Yes, but it was always a time. Not what happened.
Okay. So what's happening is you're rekindling, because the reconciliation is someone from your past returning to your life. So that is the part's true. Okay, so we're going to look a little bit more. She wants to know more about what about this relationship. Ooh, this card wants to fall out. Are you able to flirt?
Yeah.
All right, so do know that if you feel called to do it, do so, because that's what it does. It extends your lightheartedness, which allows you to create that bond that you need. Then, learning, because this person is in your world, learning that if you can connect on the heart-to-heart conversation, can this person have that part that you want, to be honest, to have that vulnerability without being hurt? Can you have that space with this person? That's the next adventure they're saying. It's because that's very important to you, because that's what builds relationships for you. And if this person can't do it, then you can either heal something or understand that this person's not in alignment. But Jen has...
The Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about the details. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It's in these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to have my husband do is pick a card, and he's going to focus on him too. So just focus through her. because this is what needs to be, it doesn't say whether it's you or him, but it is what's coming up. Okay, so then he'll read it to you. He got peaks of joy, which sounds good, so let's see what it says.
Your life is filled with happiness, so share it with others. Joy is yours today. No matter what your inquiry, you will be happy with the results. You're coming closer to a sense of achievement, and you worked hard for it. You're surrounded by true companions and events that are synchronistically arranged to bring you to the next level of your life. The world is singing a beautiful harmony. Life is exhilarating and hopeful. Let gratitude fill your heart, and remember to share your happiness. Joy is contagious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Jen now hook up with us. And what I want Jen to do is she's going to draw a card that says what's going to happen between you and this person, and this is the future more or less, is that one of you is going to be coming up with an issue that feels like you don't deserve each other. Now, do you have stuff in the past that makes you feel like you don't deserve love, or you don't deserve, or is it him? Okay, they're saying that, go ahead. Oh, we barely heard you, babe.
I thought that sounds like an issue I'm
Okay, and so again, I would tell you that you really need to heal this part because it's going to interfere with what your heart's desire is.
And he could be doing all the things that he adores you and does all these things and that kind of thing. But if this is sitting there, then you may not be able to receive, and then all of a sudden it throws back to him like, well, what did I do? And it's just, it's time to take that issue out of the equation.
Because what come up, they said it's about 1 year old and you became bashful. And it's not, is it yours? No, it's not even yours. And this is a family trait, a genetic thing where people are bashful about stuff. But what happens is that you recognize the bashful as vulnerability in your mother. And you also then thought, again, this comes from a 1 year old that's made this decision and have these belief systems, not the lady you are now. And because you felt this and what your mother was going through, and it could even be a grandmother, I don't know, because it's very strong, so it's definitely on the feminine side, said something about profoundly deep, unrequited love, that you can give all the love you want, but you're not going to get it back. That's what relationships mean. Did I explain it correctly?
Yes.
So, what do you think about that statement? Okay. So this is something you need to get out of you, because what you do is you recognize that in people, and you want to connect. Like, I want to connect with my husband, I want to connect with Jen, but I can feel them not receiving my love, and that feels like I've done something wrong, because the first thing we usually do is blame ourselves, okay? That's how you're going to look at it, and that's what I want you to focus on, is how, what did I just say? I just blanked.
I did something wrong.
Oh, I did something wrong. So you got to notice how you don't. So in this case, you're going to go in under MWReveal.com, under Healing Tools, and look for meridian tapping, because this is a pattern that affects everything you do. So if you ever feel like it's your fault, you say, even though I believe it's my fault, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So even though will always be in there, and deeply and completely love and accept myself will always be in there, but the phrase that's in the middle will change. If you feel insecure, even though I feel insecure, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. One of the things that's coming up is that you're blaming yourself, like it's your fault. It's my fault that they feel this way. So as your mom was going through this with somebody else, you took it as, it's my fault. I'm not doing it right. I can't love her right. I've done something wrong. Okay? Now I'm going to ask Jen. Jen, I need you to, before you grab a card, what I need you to do is, my heart's desire with this person is, okay, so we don't want to think the negative. The negative is that I don't want this person to think that I'm there for the money, or I'm there for,
that you have to depend on that person for your financial security or depend on them because of their career. That you have your own self, you have your own abilities, and you both bring that to the table, and then you can play with that. They can build upon each other.
And the thing is that you need to heal as far as the hope therapy goes, when you go to use hope therapy, is R1S. R is in the right position, or right wrist, first position soft. Because part of the old program is, from the old days, is that women were supposed to rely on the man to take care of them, because that's one energy of where the man had more money and the woman was not supposed to. So you have to learn to rely on people. We've moved out of that era. But it's still in your bloodline that I can see that says, you know, it's wrong to take a mate and he's supposed to take care of me. I can't even let him take care of me, because we've even gone that far extreme with the feminism. But at the same time, I have seen people get married because they still believe that men are supposed to take care of them. I'm not saying it's wrong. So I want you to look from both angles and every angle when it comes to people questioning you on your motives about certain things. Now I'm going to say, what is her heart's desire? She heals this. When she heals all this, what is her heart's desire with him? Her heart's desire would be learning to be in a relationship where it's equal. Learning to where it is that it's the love. It's like not the codependency addiction form, but it's learning to rise above it and knowing that it's the little things that they do that mean a lot.
That you can depend on each other. It's not the negative dependency, but you can depend on each other. The other person is going to be there, and you're going to be there for that person.
Being in sync. My husband and I have gone through and did a path switch, and now we're closer than we have ever been. And it's been since December, so that's what, 9 months?
Going on
10 months? Yeah, going. And what it is we've learned to be in sync. And we can tell when we're out of sync. We don't go into who's right, who's wrong. We don't go into blaming and judging. We go into healing. We go in and say, wait a minute. Because our true agenda is to love each other. And if there's anything in the way, we go and we sit down and we heal it so that we can get that healed and have closure so that it can bring him and I closer together. Do you like that, Scott? And see, and here's the thing, it's important that that's what you do. So again, listen to the archives. I think it was R1S I told you to hold for the hope therapy, and then learn about the meridians tools. You know, anytime that you start to judge yourself, you know, put on a scale from 0 to 10 and then go tap or even hold that point, R1S, because you're so ready to have a healthy relationship and you don't want to screw it up that it's actually causing you to not want to move forward. But it looks like you two could. You know, we kind of already told you the bumps in the road that could actually be there. But if you listen to it, heal it, and have closure to certain things, you can have peaks of joy all you want. But true peaks of joy without having anything kick you in the butt. So I'm going to have to let you go because we have more people on board. And please do the healing, okay? Thank you, dear, and keep in touch. Thank you. Okay, so what's up?
We've got a full board. So we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 256.
You're on the air with Brenda, Jen, and Scott.
Hello.
Hello, how can we help you?
I'm going to do a reading in work.
Work?
Work?
You got it.
Yes.
All right, so I want you to focus now. Do you have a job that you like currently?
I have a job, yes.
So when you say work, does it mean about that job or moving forward? Both. Okay, Jen, I want you to pull a card about the relationships she has with this job right now. She doesn't have a voice. And it also says that when you're at this job, are you able to work well with others? Are you able to let people help you? Or do you do all the helping?
I don't have to answer that one. It's just me, mainly. I'm trying to convince people to participate in the work. How's that?
Okay, so because of that, draw a card out of there. We're going to find out. Alright, so pull it up, and then my husband pulled a card, and what we're doing is we're looking at how you want to advance your career and things that we need to look at. It's number 40, the follow the leader, and it's reversed.
Reverse, the follow the leader card offers a gentle push to get up and take the lead. In a relationship or partnership, be the one to voice what must be said. Muster your courage and speak your needs aloud. Affirm what you like and what you feel. Don't just hope for someone else to fix the problems you see. If your inquiry is about a career or project, you must take the initiative to draw up a proper plan. And if it's about a personal relationship, you must be clear about your intentions and desires. Boldly begin a discussion about how things really are and how to make the situation work for the highest good of all. Do this as soon as possible. You may be pleasantly surprised by the results.
Okay, so they're asking you to expand who you are and move into the direction of being a leader to some degree, okay?
Yes.
When it comes to this work, you need to have your heart's desire filled, because you can keep doing the same thing, but if you can't find love in what you're doing, then you're going to end up making this job go away, and if you don't do that, you can make yourself be sick. So, or make enemies out of friends. What they want you to do is move forward. When it comes to the job, there's a part of you that has been questioning, and I don't know if you pull in the jobs where you have to question whether people are doing the right thing or the wrong thing, but there's a part of you that's got this judging going on. Jen, what did you pull?
I got the web weaver, which is interesting because we use the internet, the web, for what we're doing on this show, and we just had another issue of having to reconnect. But anyway, the web weaver card that comes from the Wisdom of Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed rejoices that your creations are far-reaching and have positive effects on the many. So it's believing in that. I don't know if she gets that point that, like, when you drop a rock in a pool of water, it reverberates out. That what's going on has an effect, and it also comes back. But every action, every thought, every word and deed is woven into the web of creation. When the web weaver appears as your ally, she grants you the way to others of like-minded intention and lets you know you're not alone in your endeavors.
So have you been questioning in your head whether you want a new job?
Well, I've been questioning this job, and kind of afraid of it, so to speak.
Okay.
And I could keep working with this. It's only a temporary job, but there's this research work, and it is, I like to convince people to participate in the study, and strangers, and I have to ask them very personal questions.
Okay. Here's the...
It's kind of scary, and like I said, I have to meet strangers.
Right, and that's part of the...
Their homes.
It's the introvert. The introvert in you needs to be honored, because what you first have to recognize is that who is really you. I didn't want to become a salesperson because there was many reasons, but one of them was because you had to talk to people. You had to put yourself out there, and then you had to promote what's going on. And the thing is that if you don't really like to honor and interact in that fashion, then don't be in that job. Jen took on a sales position and is insurance because it was offered to her. It was a great position. She learned well. She worked well, but it did a nasty number on you because she wasn't fit for the job. She knew how to do it. She could do it well. But when you're not in sync with your own job, then it can do damage. Jen, can you explain anything else?
It was so uncomfortable, especially in that, to some degree, it felt like I had to lie to people a lot during the day in order to get this sale. So that it's almost like I had to do a number on them so that I could get the sale, so that I could get my numbers up, just to get those policies sold. And it didn't feel like what I was meant to be doing on the planet. It was in complete conflict with the spiritual person that I am.
Yeah, you're not doing who you are. You're doing what you're you're told to do.
I'm really paying these people to participate. Not really, I'm just trying to gain interest into where they will be paid.
But no. That's
but
not
it's the type of job. It's
okay. Do you like asking these questions? Yes or no? Deep down.
I'm afraid to ask you this question.
Okay.
People they may be offended.
Okay, see, that's what we're talking about. You can do the job, you're honoring these people, but if there's any feeling that's out of sync, like you said, I'm afraid to ask these questions, it's really going to tell you that they're not right for this job. Okay, other people have no problem doing that.
And that's what the insurance, it wasn't about the details of selling and that kind of thing. It was that I was not supposed to be doing that job. That my other teammates could do it. They had no problem doing it whatsoever. I watched them do it. They could do it well. It wasn't for me.
You have to honor yourself. So go find something that's going to honor you. Because, yeah, you can get growth out of this. You can go into more pain and learn some more lessons, but you might also learn some lessons that are not healthy for you. Right now, your soul is telling you, it's not that you have to be afraid to ask these questions, but to look at the fact that you're afraid that you're going to offend somebody. And if you were going to do any healing so that you can keep this job, it would be that. It is, oh my gosh, I'm going to offend them. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing because that they're going against who they are. So
how are they going to receive what I'm saying?
So if you wanted to heal that you think that you are might offend people, then I would tell you to hold R1S, go into do hope therapy. Because there's a part of you that feels like you want to cry every time you go and have to do these things. You can, the little girl in you feels like it wants to cry, not the adult you. And so R1S represents that dogma, represents that you have to make it correct, and you have to, there's that crying. It's just, you're afraid you're going to...
I don't know if I can get through this. It's like a temporary job and another job when this company will come through and it'll be better.
Yes, and I can understand that, but here's the thing. Heal R1S. Go to R1S, heal the issue, and once you create closure to this, because this is your 5-year-old self going, oh my gosh, it's the awkwardness. If you create closure to this, you might end up loving this job and you can do it well.
What is R1S? I don't understand that.
The hope therapy, if you go to our website, www.mwreveal.com, and on the homepage on the left, you'll see a menu that says healing, and you click on healing tools, and you go to hope therapy. And the code that she gave you, R1S, will make sense when you watch the video that explains how to do hope therapy.
Because R represents R1S.
Frank. F like in Frank.
No, R is in...
S is in soft.
R is in Roger, 1 is in number 1, and then S is in
Sam.
Sam, yeah.
And you're going to hold your right wrist, that's what R means, is the right, with your left thumb. And then when you watch the video, you're going to see that there's 3 points. The point that's closest to the thumb is the first position. When you
Pulse
put
point,
your
yes.
pulse point. And when you put your thumb there, you're going to hold it soft. You're not going to push in deep. So R1S represents right, first, soft.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, well, thank you.
All right, thank you, dear.
Thanks for calling.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, next one would be,
Area code 773.
you're on the air with Brenda, Jen, and Scott.
Hi. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
everyone.
Hello.
How can we help you?
Hi. I am very, it feels like my energy is just so unsettled. I'm worried about my living situation. I just found that my condo that I'm living in, that I'm renting, was sold. And so I'm a bit apprehensive about the move and the changes that it's bringing about.
Okay, and do you want to just calm down those feelings? Because that's one of the things. All right.
I really need to calm down because like everything is just like, it just doesn't stop.
Okay.
All of my feelings and stuff into an uproar.
Okay, so the first thing I would tell you to do, since you already know the feelings and the self-talk, you're going to do hope therapy. Hope therapy, and you're going to hold the R2S, which is the right wrist, second position, soft. And then you're going to feel all of that, where you're, what you just said. When that, put on the scale from 0 to 10, give it a color, and when that comes down, then they're telling me to have you go to R3D. And that is feeling like, oh my God, I feel so depleted, I don't know what to do next, I can't even think about moving or packing. And that is where you feel almost indifferenced. Then after that's gone, then they want you to go to L3S, and that is about paralyzed will. You just feel inefficient and timid, that you can't do it, and that I don't have the willpower to do it, and I just feel paralyzed, I can't move. And then when you get that down, you should be able to redirect yourself, okay? And be able to do it without all of that energy that's going very chaotic. So remember, it's the first one is R2S, the next position is R3D, and the last one is L3S.
And you know those codes?
Do you know what to do with those codes?
No.
Okay.
I like the second list is an archive and
Right, so you just go to our website, go to the healing tools at our website, look under Hope Therapy, and when you watch the video, you'll understand that R represents the right wrist, and that, go ahead.
And I was going to say an L represents the left.
And then the when I say 1, 2, or 3, that's positions at the pulse point. S is for soft, D is for deep. And so you'll be holding R2S, think all those feelings, R3D. I mean, I already gave you the nice instructions, so remember to do those 3 things, put them on a scale from 0 to 10, get them down, get them gone, and then you'll have a more clear head because you will be able to think your way out of the paper bag.
And our website is www.mwreveal.com.
Okay?
thank you very much.
All right,
Thank
send in light and love because of this move. I'm helping you out there, okay?
Thank you, dear.
All right,
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye-bye.
All right, so the next caller.
Is going to be area.
Oh, here we go with Blog Talk again. Hold on, people.
Okay, here we go.
All right, 225.
Area code 225, you're on the air.
Hello? Oh, no. Oh, yes, hello, yay.
Yay!
How can we help you?
Thanks for taking my call.
Uh-huh.
No.
Just a general reading, you got it. There's a lot of blue and green, so there's a lot of a way of expressing or not being able to express your heart's desire. That's the first thing that comes up. And there's like a clear but cloudy in my head. It's like you have to stay in a fog.
That's so funny because I close my eyes to tune in, I see her standing by the kitchen window, same stuff, different day, and I really seriously saw something go right before my eyes. Of course, then I got the angel card, but then you said fog, but it felt like
But it does,
foggy.
it feels very heavy. And they're saying that in one of the things you need to do is that there's a part that you're forgetting to breathe deep enough, and because right now I feel like you're in an indifferent stage, you don't feel, and you're really not feeling, and there's like, where's my heart in this? Where's my expression? So they're asking you to just breathe deeply, putting your hand on your forehead and your hairline, and let the blood come back up to your head to help you get out of this state. And Jen, what card did you get?
I got the Winged Wise Ones. Easy to say. Always allies and never challengers, the Winged Wise Ones represent the aid of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. This also represents the divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform as if by magic.
Yeah, that indifference seems like it's hanging there. Does this make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so the angels are there. You just have to ask. Jen, see if there's a specific angel that she can just pull to help her, because in this case, the indifference is so strong. And what got her to be in the difference was the awkwardness. So to get out of awkwardness, she fell into indifference, so she'd stop dreaming. but it just feels, it's not really deep depression or anything, it's just a strange space. So what angel do you have for her?
Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, is about nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So know that you're being nurtured by the angels.
Well, what I keep seeing is this feminine, this female, and she's saying that she needs to put her princess crown on. And did anybody ever call you a little princess?
In a negative way?
A negative way?
Or either way, did you ever hear anybody say, be a little princess?
Yeah, my family.
Okay, now, has your mother passed away, or your grandmother, or some type of female has passed away? Because what I feel is that they're here saying it's time for you to put that little princess crown on, because your joy of that part where you played and dreamed and had fun feels like it's not there anymore. And they said that you lost hope in something and literally have not really taken a nice big breath and started to thrive. You just feeling,
or maybe feel like
not
you can or deserve to nurture yourself. Be the princess, or if somebody said something or did something so that was taken away in any way, it's time to reclaim that.
Because really, even if we tell you to smile or think happy thoughts, the foundation of this stuff is still there. And I feel like they're not close enough, but I feel like they're definitely female. It could feel like mother and grandmother, but they're saying they want you to dream again. Did something happen that caused you to just feel heartache and pain?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're saying that it actually caused you to stop dreaming. And I'm not talking about putting your head down on the pillow and dreaming. I'm talking about living out a dream.
Reach for the stars.
And they said that they want you to heal. They want you to take that indifference, that feeling, and they want you to just put on a scale from 0 to 10 and give it a color, and then they want you to heal it out. So I would tell you to go to our website, go under Healing Tools, under Hope Therapy, and hold R3D. R is in right, 3 is in third position, and D is in deep.
And our website is www.m as in medicine, wreveal.com. mwreveal.com. So
that you can allow yourself to get out of it. They want closure to this. It's like you got hurt at a very young age, around 3 years old, and took your princess crown off, but every time they would say princess, it was to help you feel loved and to feel excited and to dream again. But I feel like you took that off, that tiara off at 3, and feel like, no, everybody else, you need to take care of yourself. You need to love yourself. Don't be doing this for me. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so you understand what we want you to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then under Healing Tools, go to Hope Therapy, and the code that Brenda gave you was
R3D.
R3D, and that'll make sense once you watch the instruction video.
Because they love you over there, and they really, really want you to smile again. They said something about... What's that? Don't be sorry. Do you know something about gum underneath the table? Did you used to take and put your gum underneath the table?
Gum, chewing gum.
They keep showing me a picture of chewing gum and that it gets stuck underneath the table. It's supposed to make you laugh.
Yeah.
They said they want you to smile again.
I will.
Okay, well you go and heal, honey, and then kind of check back with us sometime, okay?
I will.
All right, stay blessed.
Okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We've got 2 calls, less than 15 minutes.
All right, so we'll go through as much as we can.
Okay, area code 604. You are on the air.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. right, just throw something out.
The modality of healing you do. So yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'll let your intuition follow.
Oh, first of all, I want you to tell me what this heartache is the most. Is it directed to something in particular?
Well, three things. My lover, my partner, my children, and my dog.
Okay.
My dog is in getting surgery right now. My lover, well, he neglected my birthday, and my children were not speaking, so...
Okay.
Oh my.
All right, so that actually boils down to one particular thing, and it showed up about 2 years old, that this is what you were taught to expect, that because from a mother's role, that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to eat your dinner standing in the kitchen, and you're supposed to eat it cold, and you're supposed to never have, this makes me always laugh when they say this, everybody else is supposed to have clean underwear, and you wear ragged, tattered underwear that's about ready to fall off. But you know what? You put everybody else first. There's a part of you that by the age of 23, you said, that's it, I'm done, I have to care and love for myself. You had a shift, and when that occurred, a lot of people didn't like the fact that you changed, and you shifted into who you want to become. So right now you're paying for it.
And when somebody says, oh, you've changed, and what that means is that you're no longer living up to the way that they expect or want you to, because you actually may have done something for yourself, which is positive.
Does this make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is that in order to get them back, we don't want you to do it the old-fashioned way, and that's get a sickness so that they just come back temporarily. We want, your soul is saying the reason why they're doing this is because were you bullied when you were a kid?
I feel that's what my children are doing.
Yes.
I don't think it's stopped.
But from the little girl's point of view, you feel like you're being bullied again. And this issue has come to the surface as the adult, and they're saying they want you to heal this, and how you know bullying from the past and being bullied today. And since you got a fresh experience, we're going to run with it. I'm going to tell you the same thing, is to go into the healing tools at our website and look under Hope Therapy, and you're going to hold R1D, right wrist, first position, you're going to hold deep. And you're going to think about the grief, that what bullying does, how you always feel like you always have to be at grief. You have to be the one that has to grieve. It's like you got to constantly be that part in order to be who you are, and you're like, oh hell no, I don't want to do that anymore. And so you're learning to stand your ground, but they have to show up that way to you. So, R1D. Jen, what'd you pick?
Oh, and our website, just a reminder, www.mwreveal.com. Healing tools on the left. Pop-up window comes up, go to Hope Therapy. Okay, and so I got the key.
MWReveal.com.
Correct.
Yes.
And on our front
Just
page,
Just one M.
MW Reveal. And then on the left of our home page, you'll see our menu. Click on Healing Tools. Another little menu pops up, and go to Hope Therapy.
Yep, read it and watch it so that you understand.
Okay, and the card that I got comes from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, from Colette Baron Reed, the Keeper of the Scales as the Challenger. Events are turning your life upside down, and you may be dizzy and confused. Are you feeling that life is unfair for you right now? Do you believe others are getting ahead and leaving you behind? The Keeper of the Scales says that it's time to take a break, or heal. Do whatever is necessary to bring yourself back into balance, which is the healing. So that card affirms what we've been talking about.
And this will actually start to change everything. And the reason why the dog falls under the bullying is because something you love is being taken away. Do you understand? All these things are to show you that love has been taken away. And so when you're focusing on that R1D, notice how grief has to be what they call love. And that you're supposed to be in that space. And so just heal that. Get into it, get it down to 0, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And stay in contact.
Yep, feel free to call back.
And if you can't do it, just call us up. We're soul coaches, make appointments. Okay? Go ahead, Jen.
Okay? Many
What-
blessings.
What we want to do is First of all, Octarine says, when you do hope therapy, you will know you are healed when you feel it leave your body. Absolutely. And you will really feel it leave. And I appreciate her putting that comment up. And then she says, sometimes it feels stronger than others, but still feel it. Yes, because you're given a tool to look at it. Instead of swallowing you, you're going to use the tools to help you look at it. And when that occurs, it literally learns to dissolve, and your frontal lobe is recreating reality, and that is the whole point, is to dissolve those stories that no longer need to be there.
And as you say, you're thinking about it anyway. Use hope therapy as you're thinking about it, so then you can dissolve it.
Exactly. You may as well use a tool. All right, so
our
let's
last caller for the show.
And the rest of you that called that we can't get to, I'm so sorry. We have a show tonight. You know, and I'm just saying, any of those that people are calling in, and they've got a show tonight on Sepia at 8 p.m., and we'll be back Wednesday as well.
Okay, and so we've got area code 646 on the air.
And Karen, my color is purple too, and pink. Go ahead. Area code
646.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hello?
Hi. How can we help you? We're good. How can we help you?
Yes, I just would like some of your wisdom, whatever you have for me.
Okay, so just a general reading.
Yes, thank you.
I feel like you're going up the mountain backwards. It's like you've done it so many times you don't need to see the road anymore, and you're tired of it because that damn boulder, you're like, okay, I'm tired of pushing it, now I'll just walk backwards. I mean, it just keeps feeling other people's ego just keeps smacking you around. And no matter how much you've changed yourself, and no matter how much you've put up with it, it's just still there. And you're saying, seriously? Okay, we want to change this energy field because according to your soul, you're done. And because of that, we want you to just say, okay, first of all, recognize how much it depletes you. I mean, you've gotten stronger from it, so I'm going to ask your soul, is there any more that she needs to learn from this? No. So we're going to preserve all the positive learnings, and we're going to create closure to this. And you're going to really look at how you know this, how it depletes you. And you're going to do hope therapy. Remember to watch the video all the way through. Go to MWReveal.com, left side healing tools. Look under hope therapy. And you're going to notice how you even got to the stage you are today, where even though the shit's happening around you, you're checking out. I'm not doing it. I'm not participating anymore. I'm done. Do you understand what I'm saying so far?
I not just understand, I am totally shocked that you were able to hit it head on.
Well, your soul wanted to work on it, and so I'm grateful that we were connected. So the main thing you're going to do is take how you know it, put it on a scale from 0 to 10, give it a color, and you're going to do hope therapy, and you're going to hold R3D. R is in right wrist, third position, and you're going to hold deep. And Jen?
Okay, I've got, again, from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, Colette Baron Reed, the eyes of beauty as a challenger, which says, as a challenger, the eyes of beauty are a sign that self-centered fear, expressed through harsh judgment, is behind your current circumstances. Are you seeing only the flaws in your circumstances or another person? Are you looking at what is wrong instead of what could be made right? If you take some time to adjust your eyes and see things exactly as they are, you cannot help but admire their perfection. Also use a healing tool to create that. Release your expectations and demands and be with the truth of the way things are. You're whole and beautiful and perfect, and what you observe is too.
So does that make sense?
Yes, I mean, I wasn't understanding the blockage, and I kept on trying to go forward, but the movement just wasn't there.
Yeah, and keep going.
Yeah. It was so confusing because, I mean, even working, I would sit in front of a computer and nothing was happening. And I'm saying, but I'm sitting here and I'm trying to do this and nothing was happening.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't know why I was just like standing still. I mean, it was like, my God, do I need to go to see a psychiatrist? Like, what's going on? I'm a nice person. I've done beautiful things in my life and helped people. Why was and I kind of like helping myself and progressing.
Yeah, and that's because of this old program. So take how you know it, put it on a scale from 0 to 10, give it a color, go use the healing tools, go to MWReveal.com, go under healing tools, look under Hope Therapy, even look at the rest of the healing tools, because I would also tell you to grab the golden lasso and start calling in what you want, okay? So go and do that, and just listen to the archives so you can get more of the gems. The video is up there. When we put that up in the next couple of days. So once you're done with the healing, remember to get it down to 0. And if it feels like it's at 0 and the stuff comes back up, hold that position again and put it on another scale of 0 to 10 and get it gone, and keep doing it until it stops showing up. Because literally you will change how the world will show up to you, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you and stay blessed.